during the last 3 years, dealing with YouTubers and social media people, there are highs and lows. I have met really, really good friends through YouTube and through social media. But the problem you get with social media influencers, YouTubers, is many of them do not come in with a genuine sense of curiosity. I got into media because I wanted to know what was true about the world. And I thought it was so cool that I could talk to people from different cultures, different perspectives, and figure out what I thought was true about the world. But the issue you get with YouTubers is a lot of them get into it for money. During this process, I had people that, I would have considered friends that made hit pieces on me. And these were people, I remember there was one video that I saw scheduled, right? And this was someone I was friends with, and I thought it was going to be a positive video. And it was a complete hit piece. It was so crazy. I was like, what? I've had hit pieces from people that had met my family, people that had been in my home, that sort of thing. So in this process, what I realized about YouTubers is that money is more important to them than integrity. Money is more important to them than doing the right thing. And it's a very different world because fame, clout, and money are the motivation in social interactions. And you start to get a little paranoid about who you can trust, who you can speak to openly, because you don't know who's going to leak a screenshot out of context. You don't know who's going to say that you said something you didn't say on a show or whatever. And you kind of learn that you have to keep influencers and YouTubers at an arm's length because there is too much money in them turning on each other. And this is bigger than me, guys. It's not even about me. I've seen this for years, let's look at David Dobrik's vlog squad. How many of those people are still friends 5-10 years later? How many people have made videos talking about the other? It's pretty much inevitable, right? So what does this have to do with the story today? So YouTube took down several right-wing political channels that have been linked with allegations for the Justice Department that Russian government employees were paying right-wing influencers in the United States to produce content. The Google-owned video site terminated Tenet Media and 4 other channels by right-wing media entrepreneur Lauren Chen as part of the company's ongoing efforts to combat coordinated influence operations, a YouTube spokesperson said in an emailed statement Thursday. On Wednesday, the Justice Department indicted 2 employees of the Russian government-backed media organization, formerly known as Russia Today, accusing them of illegally funding a Tennessee-based media organization. The government has not specifically mentioned Tenet, but a quote from the media organization's YouTube channel listed the indictment, suggesting it is the media organization targeted. Some right-wing influencers have subsequently identified Tenet as the company in the indictment. Media Business Records lists Lauren Chen and her husband Liam Donovan as the owners of Tenet Media on Thursday. Chen's contributor contract with conservative media organization Blaze TV was terminated. Prosecutors allege that the founders of the media company in the indictment knew their funding was coming from Moscow and privately acknowledged in messages to each other that their backers were Russian. So my initial thoughts when I heard this story is, for years, they have been accusing Trump of getting funding from Russia. And we all know that's BS. But my experience with YouTubers, influencers, and social media stars is that most of them will do anything for money and most of them can be bought. So would it surprise me if these end up being true? Not particularly. Tenet Media did not immediately return a request for comment sent through a contact form on the website. YouTube was the main platform for videos produced by Tenet Media and is popular with conservative media personalities, including those who had worked with Tenet, such as Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, and Dave Rubin. And guys, by the way, as someone who started a media company, like a network, I would look around at the views from a lot of these media companies that were started. I would look at their views per video. I would look at their, sponsors. And something would not add up to me. I did not understand how a lot of these people were making money. It just, knowing what I know about the numbers, it did not make sense. Because there's a lot that goes into running these channels. You have producer costs, you have editor costs, you have production costs, and something did not add up. So from my point of view, I figured a lot of these companies were just not profitable, or maybe they had some big donor backing them. So does it make sense to me that she had a big backer? Maybe, I wanted to make a joke that I can't make. Maybe she didn't know all the details, right? But does it make sense to me that that's a possibility? Yes. Do I think we should wait until the facts come out? Also, yes. In the weeks after Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine, YouTube took down RT's channel, which has been globally popular on the platform. YouTube is the only major Western social media site still available inside of Russia, which remains popular. But in recent months, the Russian government has stepped up its throttling of the site, degrading quality for many users in the country. So Tim Pool apparently was getting paid $100,000 an episode for Tenet Media. So I have been contacted by the FBI as a potential victim of a crime. A victim? Do you think if you got $100K per episode, would you label yourself as a victim? Is that out of touch? Is that just me? Okay. The FBI believes I have information relevant to an ongoing criminal investigation and have requested a voluntary interview. I will be offering my assistance in this matter. The first comment is, dude, don't talk to them without a lawyer. A lawyer up is my official recommendation. Yeah. So it looks like there's a lot of people involved in this. Dave Rubin's involved. I want to say Lauren Southern's involved too. A lot of people were hooked up with Tenet Media. And I want to wait until the facts come out. I do think that deleting Lauren's channel was a bit premature. But again, people are people. None of this really surprises me.